Welcome to this short video demonstration for application AB playlist. This video will be divided into three sections. The first section will actually demonstrate the key features that actually separate this application from other playlist applications. Then we'll follow on with a summary of features, and then we'll close up with how to configure the application settings. The first of the three main features which separate this application from other playlist applications is the way it queues videos and sets AB repeat points. To demonstrate this, we'll press close and play, rotate the device and bring up the menu. Just press the Q button and you'll see this dial control here. Simply rotate the dial one way to fast forward and rotate the other way to rewind. Now the secret to this control is it actually detects how close the user is rotating to the centre of the dial. The closer to the centre of the dial, the faster the cue. The closer to the outside, the slower. Every 360-degree rotation of the physical dial represents 60 seconds. The same dial can also be used to set AB repeat points. Simply bring up the menu, press the AB, Q to point A, release, and then Q to point B. You've now set an AB repeat point. The second key feature of this application is the way it queues online videos. Now the problem with the old-fashioned way is it had to use a horizontal progress bar. Now unless you actually kept your finger perfectly still in this bar, there would be no way of seeing where you've actually queued to. I'm now going to demonstrate how this application resolves this problem. Bring up the Q dial. Now when you queue in an online video, the dial will actually exhibit angle snapping behavior. So all you need to do is rotate, hold your finger in an angle snap position, and you'll see the response come back from YouTube. Rotate again, and again, you'll see the response come back, and a third time, and again, you'll see the response comes back. As you can see, this actually resolves the issue quite adequately. The third and final key feature of this application, separating it from other playlist applications, is the fact that you can actually have mixed media types in the playlist. The playlist can actually contain locally stored videos, audio files, image files, and YouTube videos, all in the same playlist. To demonstrate this, I'm going to play out this 10-second video. Once this 10-second video ends, it will progress on to an audio file. Then you will see a still image for 5 seconds, and finally it will progress on to a YouTube video. This is a test audio file to demonstrate the features of application AB playlist. Testing, 1, 2, 3. And there's the still image that will actually show for 5 seconds. Then it will progress on to a YouTube video, which is buffering now.
Hello fellow developers, my name is Bright White. I'm back again with another open source library for the Android platform.
And there you have it folks, 4 different media types all in the same playlist. I'm now going to give you a quick summary of the features of this application. When you first install it, you're welcomed by this screen here, which is a tab hosted with 2 tabs. You've got a playlist tab and an edit list tab. From the playlist tab, you can configure the application settings, or you can toggle the playlist or the play mode. From the edit list tab, this is where you actually populate the playlist from. You can populate from YouTube or from local storage. We're going to start out by populating from local storage. When you click local storage, you will actually see a file picker dialog where you can traverse your folders and find your media files. From here, you add to the playlist simply by going 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, taking the files, and that will add it to the playlist. You've now got a populated playlist. From here, you can actually uncheck an item, which causes an item to not play out in the playlist. You can recheck an item, or you can actually remove an item. Now I'm going to go back to the file picker dialog, and as you can see there's only 3 files checked instead of 4. This is because I removed something from the playlist. Handy feature with this app is the file picker dialog actually remembers what's already in the playlist. So we'll add that back again, close that down. I'm going to show you a little behavior here. I'm going to uncheck that. Now I'm going to, all these fragments actually support full screen rotation. Now if I actually go to the file picker dialog, which also supports full screen rotation, you'll actually notice that it actually behaves as if that item is not in the playlist. The behavior here is if it's already in the playlist, it knows it's there. If you check it, it will check it in the background. As you can see, that's checked in the background. There's a toggle. That will remove it. That will add it again. Nice and simple. We're now going to populate from YouTube. Click the YouTube button there. That'll bring up this little dialog here. Again, this little dialog supports full screen rotation. I've got a little YouTube ID in the cut and paste buff here. Of course, you can actually do any text search here. But this example will just use a single ID. Again, supports full rotation. There's a little search result there. Tap that there, and adds it to the playlist. Nice and simple. Now, if I actually uncheck there, the YouTube picker dialog actually behaves the same way the file picker dialog does, in that it remembers what's already in the playlist. So when I actually click this, instead of adding and remove it, it'll actually say check. So that'll check that in the background, and again, that will remove it, and again, that will add it just like the file picker dialog did. Also from here, you can actually move items up and down in the playlist. Just hold down an item and click the up down, and click the down down, and click down when you finish. Nice and simple. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to uncheck 2 items, because as you remember I said before, anything unchecked doesn't play out in the playlist. So you've got 3 items there which are checked, 2 unchecked. So if I go to playlist items, it only shows the checked items. From here you can actually click any of these buttons and it will play from the item that you've checked. And obviously if you go here, it will actually start from the beginning of the playlist. So now we're actually playing. I'm actually going to show you the in video controls. Click there, bring up the menu. You're probably familiar with this. You've got the usual bog standard stuff. You've got video forward, video back. You've got your pause, you've got your resume, all the usual stuff. Then you've got your play mode, repeat all, repeat current, and play all. You can also got a little nifty little volume dial here, so you can control your volume there, which is actually easier to use than the hardware buttons, which is quite cool. It also supports full screen rotation while you're actually playing videos. You can actually lock the device into its current orientation by clicking this button here. So when that's on, that will stop rotating the video when you rotate the device. Also, you can actually lock out the controls by holding down the device's back key. And once those controls are locked out, as you can see, nothing's working there. So you can actually put that in your pocket now, walk around and enjoy the user experience. That's a toggle, so you just hold down again, and that will actually unlock the controls. So you see those controls are now unlocked. To exit the application while a video is playing, just simply double tap the device's back key, like that. And if you're actually from the main menu on the exit of the app, just press the back key as normal. And there you go. I'm now going to quickly show you how the A/B repeat behavior works. In this playlist, I've got 3 10-second videos: test video 1, test video 2, and test video 3. Test video 2 actually has an A/B repeat point, the other two do not. Now, I'm going to demonstrate this by starting this. Now, if you're actually in any play mode other than repeat current, once the video gets to the end, if it enters a video that has an A/B repeat point, which the next one does, it will start from point A, continue on to point B, as you can see here, and then it will go straight on to test video 3, as you'll see coming up in a minute. Let's go up to test video 3. Now, if you're actually in repeat current mode and you're playing a video with a repeat point, it will play the repeat point over and over again. As you can see, that will say on test video 2. That actually shows how the A/B repeat behavior actually behaves in this application. I'm now going to close this demonstration by showing you how to configure the application settings. Just go to this tab here and click settings, and you're welcomed by this dialog here. These are actually the default settings you're looking at. If at any time you need help, just click the help button. That'll add a tutorial item to the video list for you to watch, which is actually the video you're watching at the moment. So what these buttons do is these actually just dictate what show up in the file picker when you're populating the playlist from local storage. So click that shows video files, click that shows audio files, and click that shows image files. Obviously, for obvious reasons, image files have to be given a manual duration. That's the default is 60 seconds, and you can change that to whatever you want. Now this down here is the cue sensitivity. As you remember, the cue dial detects how close you're rotating to the center of the dial. So this is the inner sensitivity, and that's the outer sensitivity. These values are expressed in seconds, so that's 300 seconds or 5 minutes. So with that setting, that means when I rotate close to the center of the dial will rotate 5 times, and the video will cue 5 minutes. And as I dial to the outside, every circle gesture I make, it will only dial like 180 degrees and cue 30 seconds. So that's pretty straightforward there. Down here you've got the YouTube sensitivity. As you remember previously in the tutorial, I explained that the YouTube queuing action actually exhibits angle snapping behavior. This sets the angle snapping behavior. Basically, you can set it to angle snap every 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, or you can turn it off altogether. This final setting down here is quite simple. That just simply dictates how many search results show up in the YouTube search when you're actually populating the playlist from YouTube. So that concludes how you actually configure the application settings.